have a monkey in your pants?
Hi folks, how's it going? Another car boot pickup video and a little bit of non-car boot pickuping, if that makes sense. I went to the same car boot sale that I went to a couple of weeks back. It was in Hexham, which is maybe just over an hour away from me. The reason being is because the Easter one was supposed to be really, really big and whatnot, and it's usually held inside sort of cattle market thing. It's indoors and it's like in a maze of cattle grid type bits. You have to follow this predetermined route through with all the different stalls through this maze thing, whatever. But it was outside now because it was a nice day and it was Easter or something. I don't know if it's just because it was Easter or because it was a nice day, but it was a nice day last time I was there, sort of. But it wasn't outside, so I don't understand. Anyway, but yeah, it was quite busy, nice day and whatever. Not that much kicking about. It was a bit disappointing, to be fair. I said to the wife afterwards, maybe we need to try. I'm switching autofocus off. Maybe we need to be trying some Edinburgh or Carlisle or something like that, sort of car boot sales, because it's the same old sort of stuff that you tend to be finding. Nothing amazing sort of thing. But I did get some items, not just for the sake of getting them. As you may or may not be aware, I've been picking up a bit of PS2 stuff recently, which is a bit of Marmite in the world of the gaming retro YouTube community. From what I see, a few people love it, but then a few guys comment on my videos saying, "Oh, stay away from the PS2 stuff. You'll end up having hundreds before you know it," and blah blah blah. Whatever. The way I see it is, system I've never played, very briefly played actually. System I never really owned. There's a lot of games on it that I'm not even aware of. So if I see a game that interests me, if it's £1, £1.50, whatever, I will probably pick it up, and I'll hopefully get around to playing it at some point. Basically, I'm not going to pick up every single bloody game there because a lot of them look crap. If a game genuinely interests me, then I'll pick it up and give it a blast. So, PS2 games that I got at this place. First, some of these are actually not instructions, but I'll tell you what it cost me in the end. Some were cheaper than others, and but for the price of PS2 games, it doesn't. Don't get me wrong, if I was looking to buy a particular one on eBay, I'd make sure I got one in the instructions, whatever. Now this game, I'm sure I've already got it on the GameCube. It is GoldenEye Rogue Agent, and this game I might have it on one of the other systems as well. GoldenEye no instructions. This one's no instructions. Simpsons Hit and Run. What's it called? It's just Simpsons Hit and Run. It's a decent game. I have played it before, and I'm sure this game's decent. I've played the second one, maybe not this one. This is complete with instructions on the Xbox. Like I say, I've mentioned before, I had a PC and I had an Xbox at the time, but it was a modded Xbox. This was going back quite a few years now, actually, 10 years or so. So I used to download the games and burn them, but the PC at the time was the main side of things. But I don't think it was this, or maybe Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 that I had. This is Spider-Man 3. And if it's anything like the others, reasonably decent games. That one's boxed and complete. And this one is boxed and complete as well. And it is a platinum, but I've heard these games are supposed to be good, particularly on the PlayStation 1. Never played any of them in the series at all. But it's Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. I was going to say Enter the Dragon, obviously, because fucking Bruce Lee. I wondered why I was going to say Enter the Dragon. Then never mind. And this one I picked up, could be toss. It's boxed and complete as well, but I thought it might be alright for a laugh, or maybe even a playthrough if you like. But it's Finding Nemo. It's not for the kids. The kids don't touch my shit. It's not a toy. This one's boxed and complete as well, and I looked at the back of this, and it genuinely sort of piqued my interest, especially because of the series that it comes from. Can't get my words out there. And it looks alright on the back. But it's Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. Reasonable condition. When you say reasonable condition, good condition, PS2 games, you know what I mean? They've been about a while. if you're going to get a mint one, it's acceptable. They're all acceptable condition in my eyes. So I picked that one up because it's a Fallout game, and I love the, obviously, Fallout 3, Fallout Vegas, whatever the fuck they're called. I've tried the first Fallout recently on the PC, and that was not good. But I since watched the gameplay of the Fallout Brotherhood of Steel since I came home, and it looks reasonably alright. It looks quite interesting. And similar reason, this next game, Buxton Complete, it's I picked it up because of the series of games that it's from as well. Actually, it's a 3D variant of the game, which I've never played. I've always played the original arcade style of these games. And it's Gauntlet Dark Legacy, so I'll be interested to see what that's like. Now, this one is no instructions, and I picked it up because I've got a couple of these games for the PS2, and I quite like the modern versions of it, but I thought, right, it might be a good shits and giggles to go back, that was my phone buzzing, and see where the series originally originated from. But it's Call of Duty 3. I thought I'd give that a punt. And this next game, I picked it up, no instructions, simply because it's like a video racing game, but it's slot car racing is what maybe the Americans call it, but Scalextric, everybody knows what Scalextric is, or slot car racing, let's say, maybe that's what it's known in America. But you're like, it's a racing game, but you're on like Scalextric tracks. How do you turn and stuff? What? I've got no idea. But it's Groove Rider slot car racing. I've got no idea, but I thought it'd be interesting. The next one is Complete, and it's an FPS game, so I thought I'd pick it up. I do really like the FPS games, although we're a bit saturated with them recently, especially the last couple of gens of consoles and whatnot. But Commandos Strike Fear is what it is. I thought I'd give it a punt. It looks alright. And the next game I got is because I got the second one, I think, of this very recently. You know what? I'm gonna have to fucking check. Hold on. I'm sure I did. If I can be bothered, I'll play Benny Hill music, but I'm not gonna. Yep, there we go. I got the second one of that the other week there, so I thought I'd get this, pick this one up. And it's got stickers on the front and back. Sticker up there, but that'll come off reasonably easily if I ever get round to taking them off. I don't know. But Time Splitters, the first one, so that's made it 1 and 2. So that's all the PS2 games that I got at the car boot sale. And for Interghost, Adam, I think your name is Interghost, it was the car boot sale where he's not a reseller, the trader there has usually got a big tab of loose Game Boy cartridges and Game Boy Advance cartridges and Game Boy Color cartridges, because I bought 4 games off of him. But for some reason he did not have his tab of Game Boy games. I know he said picking up some Game Boy Color games because they're about £2 each, but he didn't have any, mate, this week, so apologies if I'm down there. I'm not going to go there often as such, maybe once every couple of weeks, but the next time I'm down there I'll have a look and see if he's got them there. Out of breath, walking, talking, drinking, not good. It's not like I'm unfit. I fucking went on a 20-mile cycle run yesterday, I'm still in pain, but never mind. The next item that I got for the car boot sale was from that trader, like I said, and he had a big sort of tub of PS1 games, but a lot of them were shite, or I pulled some out and the cases were fucked, and or do you know what I mean, really bad condition. I pulled a copy of this game out and opened it up, and it was like it only had a demo in it, and I was like, what? So I put it back in its box, in the box I should say, and I found it again. I was like, ah, cool. Pulled it out, and this one was nice and complete. But this is a game that was on my list to get, and it is Ridge Racer Type 4. It's in reasonably decent condition. It's complete. It's got manual. It's got Ridge Racer High Spec demo. And obviously the Ridge Racer Type 4 disc in there. So happy to have that. It's on my list of PS1 games to get, and I am currently loving the PS1 a little bit. So I have put a list together of games I want to get. It's probably ever expanding, the list is, but I'm going to try and work my way through it and get those games. So that's all I got from the car boot sale. Those cost me £12, 12 games there. Not too bad, to be honest with you. I was happy with it. Probably most happy with that because it was a game that I was really wanting, and also the Fallout game and the Gauntlet game as well. They both look quite interesting, so I'm glad to get them. But I was looking through the whole bloody car park, up and down. You know what you're like, you're with your wife and with your kids, and they're like, oh, look at this, Daddy, look at that. All these little dolls and stuff, and you're like, is that a video game? No. Is that a video game? No. Have they got any games on it? No. So you're like, come on. And then eventually found the trader dude right at the bloody end. And he has all his tables with all the games laid out and stuff. And there was a box of PS2 games on the deck. And the guy was like, there's more games in there. And there was fucking 2 fannies raking through it. And I was like, oh, I see some games. And then there was a pile of games like that, yay big, out of the box. And this guy had them all, and I was like, you dickhead! Because I don't know what was all in it. But the top game, it was a Quake game of some sort. I was like, I want that game, and I also want to see what's in there. But he was floating about like this for ages. He was like, about the stall, and then he'd put them down and go, and then he swapped them about and then put them all back up. And honestly, I floated about the fucker for about 5 minutes to see if he was going to put any of them back. But I was like, nah, he's not giving up that. It was probably a pile about that big. I was like, he's not giving up that pile he's got. I was really wanting to see what else is in it, because obviously he picked out the best of the bunch was in there, and we'd actually gone in there early. You know, I'd pay a little bit, like 30 pence more, I think it was, to get in there early, queued up sort of thing. So if only I'd got to that fucker first, I might have had some better stuff from that one guy, the Bassa. So that's everything that I got up at the got at the car boot sale. I've got another couple of PS1 games actually that I picked up recently as well that I thought I might as well chuck in here. Actually, I'm loving collecting for the PS1 at the moment. It was a system that I had back in the day. I got it basically at launch with my own money. I remember going up to Edinburgh, buying it, etc, etc, etc. And I had a stack load of games for the PS1 back in the day. And it was a case of, when I started picking up some PS1 games, I was trying to think and remember what games I used to have, because they're the games that I want to get back first, if you think. And slowly they're coming back to me, and slowly the list is ever expanding. But a couple of games here anyway. That this one, next one I picked up on Facebook Game Trader page. It was really cheap. It's platinum version. It's not got the manual, but Paul Bradley here on the YouTubes is going to sort me out with a manual. But the only thing is that the fucking, I can get another case for it, I suppose, but this front bit doesn't hold the disc in place very well, and that's it's not a platinum disc anyway. What's that? Final Fantasy? Oh, that's excellent. Disc 1 of 3, disc 2 of 3, disc 3 of 3. So what's the first disc? What the fuck? Oh, I'm confused now. So I've got Final Fantasy 7. It says, don't know what that is. Is this supposed to have 3 or 4 discs? It's a black disc, right? Now I'm confused. And then you've got a platinum disc 1, platinum disc 2, platinum disc 3. What is that first disc? I'm gonna have to stick it in the machine and find out. But what I was trying to say is this little bit's a bit shitty, so it's not holding that disc in place. But if it's not supposed to be there in the first place, all the better, because I won't put a disc in there. But I maybe need to get another case for it. But game that probably everybody who had a PlayStation back in the day had. Absolute classic. I remember buying this in Woolworths. I remember reading about it in magazines before I bought it. I remember jizzing my pants because it was like, includes Final Fantasy VIII preview disc. Is that what that is? That's what it says on the back. Yes. I don't really care about that, but I will keep it. That's fine if that's knocking about loose and it gets a wee bit damaged or whatever. I don't care. That's fine. But I went and bought this at Woolworths. I remember jizzing my pants because it was on multiple discs. I remember playing it, completing it. Took me fucking forever. Amazing game. I'm going to try and get back into it at some point. I've got the other ones to try as well for the system, but love that. And these 4 I got on eBay. They were one of the cases a bit shitty actually. Just sort of bundle lot. They were pretty cheap. I can't remember exactly, but I picked it up because it had one game in it that I wanted. This complete? Yes. The first of them was that it's got the shitty disc. No idea what this game is at all, but it's Aeronauts. See that? A shitty disc, shitty box I should say. Could always get another box down the line, but Aeronauts, no idea what that is at all. I thought this one might be good for shits and giggles. Xena, the warrior princess. Did she not do something like ah, la, 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 or something? Next one, bloody hell, it's really hard to see the screenshots of it. It's so dark. It's completing stuff again. But Spec Ops Ranger Elite. It's got a sticker residue there. I'll get off easily enough. Don't even know what that game is. But this is what I picked up the bundle for because it was really cheap for the 4 of them. Was Descent 2. And I need to get Descent 1. It's on my list of games. I remember playing Descent 1. Me and my mates took our PlayStation round to each other's houses and 2 CRT TVs and PlayStations and linked together. And we used to play that. It was like Doom, but you could sort of fly in all directions. And I remember like you could cloak yourself and everything. And it was it was good fun, good laughs. That's why I picked up Descent 2, but I need to get Descent 1 for it. That's it, guys. Card boot pickups, followed by recent random PS1 pickups, like I say. The PS2 side of things, there's a couple of games that obviously I'm aware of, Dark Cloud or whatever. They're the kind of games that you hope to see the card boot sale and go, ha ha ha. But I will continue to pick them up. Not necessarily, I'm sort of reluctant, because you can get them at card boot sales pretty cheap. I'm reluctant to go on eBay and look for a game and you know, spend a bit of money on it when there's a chance of picking up a card boot sale. So I'll basically continue what I'm doing with the PS2 side of things, but primarily card boot sales. If I see a game that genuinely interests me, I'll pick it up. I'm not just going to fucking clear some guy's table of everything because it's their sort of thing. I need to refresh. Hold on. But I'm happy with what I'm doing with the PS2 and with the PS1. Like I say, I've got a list of games that I'm going to start working my way through as well, and try to get some of those games that I had back in the day. Some other ones that I've been made aware of recently that are really good as well. If that makes sense. But like I said, what did I say last time? I've still got to do my SNES Quest update videos, what I think I'll call it. I mentioned before I've got 30 new Super Nintendo games, NTSC Super Nintendo games. I might film one on the back of this and edit it. I probably won't do it like how I have been doing it with the video gameplays of it, etc. because it's very time consuming and I've changed video editing software, so it's not as easy to do it because I had it all set up. Don't get me wrong, I could do it, but I had basically a template where I put in the different video files and whatever on a certain video software, but I've not got that anymore. I'd have to do the template for the new program, if that makes sense. I'm probably waffling shit now. But also, what else? Donkey Kong Country, I should say, gameplay. Currently doing that. There's 3 parts of it up already. If you've not seen it, please go check it out. I've done the 4th part. I've got to edit it. It's got quite a bit of editing in it. The reason being is the game got fucking hard. So I died and I hadn't saved it, so I had to go back and I had to play it again and get to the point where I was and continue. But it's a great classic game and it still holds up well to this day, so I've got to edit that, but that'll be up soon as well. And once I've got that out of the way, I will start the You Say I Play. Is that what I called it? We'll see what that's all about. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?